Hello, welcome back to Magic with Melly. I am Melly and you are magical. I am magical. We're sharing space, and that's why it's called Magic with Melly, because everyone's magical. It just depends on how much you tap into your own magic. And so I self-proclaim my magic, and I feel I am abundant enough to extend my magic to you, and I want to increase your magic. I want my magic to help you start yours or tapping into yours or whatever you think, okay? There is this energy of, like, I'm hearing Shun The Non Believers. If you have ever watched Charlie the Unicorn, Shun The Non Believers is like, just don't pay no attention to them. Like, you know what you know, you believe in what you believe, like, your experience is your own. You can grow the magic. There are people who don't believe in magic, and that's okay. They can just live mundane, small lives. I'm here for everyone to be able to live their best life. And so I have tarot cards here, and I'm looking kind of some type of way because I'm going to get into my fitness program. I'm just running supremely early. I had errands to run, so productivity could be very specific for you right now as far as what are your priorities. Are you being productive surrounding those priorities? Are you setting up days to get your stuff done? And how much ahead of time are you? Are you on time? Are you running late? Like, kind of take a step back and see really where you're at. I did hold some affirmations with the tarot cards before I started recording. Such would be that only messages that are for your highest good would come through. The collective is protected. I do intend to only share messages that the collective may need. Take into account that these are like general readings. So if I get specific, it's because someone specific needed that message. And it's almost like the world wouldn't be able to continue if the message wasn't there for that someone, if that makes sense. Like, so if something's too specific for you, it may not be you, it may be for someone else. So just take what's resonating for you and leave the rest for someone else, because it's there because someone else needs it. That if you don't need it, then just accept it as abundance, that it is like well placed for someone else. Okay, so just don't invalidate someone else's journey just because this reading didn't validate your journey exactly to the exact detail. General readings are supposed to reach as many as I can, so these readings are in no way, shape, or form perfect, and they're in no way, shape, or form intended to just be like completely correct. It's supposed to help people, so as long as it's helping you, let it be that. If it's taking away from you, then take a break. Please take a break from tarot or spirituality if you are starting to feel like not enough or starting to feel like it's taking away from you. Self-help, self-love, it's encouraging. It shows you where you need to go next. Sometimes you need that where to go next moment. But if you're doing just fine, don't let the chaos of the rest of the collective take from you in that way. Like, know where you're at. Know if you're at peace or in turmoil. And and know the difference. Like, know what is for someone else and know what is for you. That is just kind of a little bit of a, I guess, disclosure before I get into it, because the back of the deck is the Three of Swords. I only wanted to pull one card to start, just to kind of get a theme, just to get an idea, because I could get many intuitive downloads, but it may not make sense. Like, it may be one of those things where myself have to organize the energy between, am I downloading this for my personal life or am I downloading this for my collective? And here we have Six of Cups. It's telling me community. that I am connected with my community at this time, and that any intuitive downloads I'm receiving personally, I can also now extend to my collective. If I ever do take breaks from social media or from YouTube or making content for the spirituality, like this spiritual journey, it's because I have intuitive downloads and I need to see it for myself. I need to sit in the experience myself in order to teach it. So some of this comes in cycles where I need to know what part of what I learned is for the collective and what part of it's for me, and like when is the divine timing to share my personal experiences versus just the collective readings. It's like these personal boundaries I'm finding as a spiritual person, but also trying to extend what I'm learning so that you guys can kind of apply it to your lives. And with the Six of Cups is really giving community can confuse you. Community can, in a sense, do both good and bad. It just really depends on really what you're leaning into, because there's a Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords reverse is giving smear campaign or gossip or just information kind of going haywire. It's like communication going haywire. Queen of Swords reverse, and now it's Nine of Wands. All of these, Six of Cups shuffled out of the deck, and ever since the Three of Swords, this has been the back of the deck energy. So it's like you can put yourself into mental exhaustion by paying too much attention to other people. It's like you may be in a community, but there's also individuality as well. That you when you join a community, you're not meant to just lose your individuality and just blend in. You're supposed to take your unique person and apply your unique perspective that will help grow the community. You're not meant to just, like, you joining the community, it doesn't serve the community for there to be another duplicate. That's what Spirit's giving. It's like you're not meant to just copy the community that you choose to join. Like, it may seem like really, it's just one of those steps that you don't think too much about, that it's like wanting to be accepted, so you'll do what it takes to be accepted, but then it's not meant to like come at the cost of you. You're not meant to lose parts of yourself in order to fit in. Particularly, some people don't fit in because you're not supposed to fit in. Some people are meant to be leaders. Some people, your role is leading people to a, like, the safe space that you create. That in some instances, what you're looking for is something that hasn't been made yet, because maybe you're supposed to make it. And that's what, maybe you're hurting the community without realizing it, because you're sitting and not creating what you're supposed to be creating for the community. That like you're kind of taking the easy way out by just joining and just going with the flow that's already there, but you're meant to kind of add your own flow to it and kind of create a bigger wave. Like, we're trying to make waves of change, and I think that's a big message for the collective here. But I think also community, I think just having that Six of Cups come out first is really giving, like, if there isn't a community for you to join, maybe it's for you to create. That maybe there's something missing in the community. It's something that you bring to the table, that there's no one better to do it but you, but your self-doubt stops you, or other people stop you. The confusion of, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, all of this stuff, it's like confusing you and kind of moving you in different ways. And we have Page of Wands, and we have, King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so Page of Wands is like starter energy, but King of Wands is like mastering the idea. yeah, that may sound really vague, because mastering the, like, whatever ideas you have flowing through you, it's about fully knowing your placements with it. Spirit's telling me you're just gonna know what to do when you need to do it. That if there's not clarity now, it's coming. So if you don't have clarity, then have patience. You definitely got it, because the Page of Wands to the King of Wands is definitely someone understood the assignment. And just branching off, like understanding the assignment, you could have been really smart or really successful in school. If it wasn't shown on paper, like your grades showed for it, then it was just something that you embodied but didn't necessarily like tap into. Like it was just something that you used at your convenience rather than to show off, or like it's just like it's giving intelligence. It's giving like you know what you're supposed to do and you just do it. And that may cause you trouble if other people have a hard time doing what they need to do and they see you doing your thing. Instead of them doing what they need to do, they see you doing your thing and they like try and bring you to your level and like get you to stop doing it's like they don't look at themselves. So don't let other people's outward blaming and outward projecting also take you down. Like I said, like don't let someone else's chaos confuse you. If you are doing perfectly okay, then you could take a step back and just treat it as abundance. It's all cyclical. We're sometimes the student, we're sometimes the teacher. We're sometimes financially okay and sometimes we're financially stressed. Sometimes we're safe and sometimes we're not safe. The whole point of it, I think, is for us to learn how to use our own selves as our best resource. That community is an amazing research. Internet or resource. The research is a good resource. Like we have so many resources. It's available to us. Like we need to stop with the scarcity mindset. Sure, we have to be considerate of others, that we cannot just be so selfish as if it is an unlimited resource. Like we do have to pay mindfulness that there's more than just us living on this globe. However, this scarcity mindset pegs us against each other when we should know that we are our best resource and we can extend our abundance to one another. And it's not about that person's doing well, so there must be something wrong with me since I'm not doing well. It's nothing about that at all. But this scarcity mindset puts us there because we think if there's happiness there, then like that's where my happiness went. I must like take it back or steal it back. And no. No. And this Knight of Wands is just having, what's the word? Like good or bad, having the honor of even getting to experience it. It's like this affirmation of I am a spiritual entity experiencing having a human experience. So just enjoy it. It's going to have its ups and downs. It's going to have its very clear and very confusing times. This Hermit now is coming out reverse, and it's for some of the collective, I'm hearing it's really important to find a place where you feel like you belong. Now, you can create that, right? If you don't want others to feel the way you do, you could be the one that creates that space that people can come to. I'm hearing stop waiting for someone else to do what you are destined to do. It's one of those things where if you have the idea, it's because you are the one that's meant to persecute it, not like give the idea to someone else. And it's like, sure, sometimes when you give the idea to someone else, you may be giving it to someone who actually like can fit that role or step into that role. Maybe that does happen, but that's also sometimes indirectly giving away your power, because what if you had an amazing idea and you didn't act on it, but you spoke it aloud? Then someone else is like, yeah, that's a good idea. And they went off of it and they blew up and they were successful and they're rich and they're like, they did amazing things. That could be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the idea was dropped into your head because you're meant to do something with it. What you decide to do with it is up to you. And most people end up giving their ideas to other people. Most people end up just sitting and not doing anything about it, and then wondering why the community hasn't created something like this, or wondering why like this hasn't like started or like isn't a thing yet. It's because you were part of starting it, but you didn't. And so this message feels like take action. This is 2023. Why are we sitting on our butts when our phone is literally our connection to the whole rest of the world? Technology, we're even upgrading to try and communicate with the rest of the galaxy. So it's like, why are we just laying in bed with so much power and doing nothing with it? Like, we need to take more action. Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with some of the people in the collective? And I mean that as sincere and gentle as possible. Like, if there's stuff going on with you, there's stuff that's going, like, you know, things that are going wrong, give yourself the grace and the patience and the progress to like get through it, so you could do like finally get to where you want to be and do what you want to do. And like, it's one of those things of like seeing yourself fully. And you may feel really triggered. You may feel like I'm yelling at you. You may feel like, man, I don't need any of this. Wherever you are, just take more action. If you have a desire, you have an idea, do it. Be unapologetically you. Damn it, you got this. Okay, that's the message, because I don't want to scream anymore. And the back of the deck's 3 of Swords reversed. So I did the thing because this was upright. Now it's reversed. And I love the 3 of Swords reverse. It's really giving letting go of the shit you don't need. Okay, so bye. Stay magical.